Hey everyone, we are super excited to be spreading awareness and destigmatizing mental health in the Black and Brown communities.
This podcast is a safe place for us to discuss our adversities and even our shortcomings. We all have a story.
Just remember, no matter what we go through, our story goes on. Hi everyone.
Welcome to our podcast.
Welcome to episode 15 of Our Story Goes On. We hope everyone is doing really well.
Guys, really quick, we always start this show with our check-in,
Yes,
but before we do that, I really want you guys to also take some time, not only when we do our check-ins or when you're listening, but take the time during the day and just check in with yourself. How am I feeling today? How's work making me feel? How's the day making me feel? My errands, my tasks, how am I feeling about the day and how did it go? Just make sure you're able to reflect, because reflection promotes growth. So
Absolutely.
Make sure you're also doing check-ins with yourself regularly, guys.
Yes. Especially because it's been a crazy week.
Yeah.
With just people dying left and right. So, yes, no, that's definitely a good thing. And I definitely agree with Josephine to make sure that you check in with yourself and make sure that you're good. Because if you're not checking on yourself first, then how can anyone else?
Exactly.
In a way, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, seriously. When somebody asks you what's wrong, you need to know what to say.
Right. Yeah, so let's do our check-in before we get into anything. So how are you today, Joe? You go first.
I am overall well. I have learned to always take a step back and practice gratitude before even thinking about complaining about anything, because at the end of the day, I woke up this morning and that's a win in and of itself. Both my arms are working.
Yes.
I can use the bathroom by myself. There's so many blessings that we overlook every day. I have full function of my face. Just I'm able to walk. I'm able to drive. Even getting into my car. All those things are blessings, and I feel like sometimes we overlook that to be oh, I had a horrible day or a horrible week or something like that. And I'm just trying to be mindful of doing that, because one, your tongue is powerful, and two, I didn't have a horrible day. It's probably one aspect of the whole day, you know what I mean?
Right, that made it feel like it was bad.
Yeah. So even when something bad does happen, I'm okay, this is just one bad thing out of 24 hours in the day. Right. So let's just deal with this issue, move forward, and continue to try to have a good day. So
I love it. So just practicing gratitude. Love it.
Yeah. But,
so overall, you're feeling good then?
Yes, I'm feeling good. It's just been working. That's it. I'm not gonna complain this week.
A lot. She's definitely been working a lot, but you're trying your best.
Yeah.
You're working hard.
Yeah. But I'm going to give it 2 years. And after that, we're going to look for another job, because I need a pay raise.
Yes, for sure.
So
nothing wrong with trying to get a pay raise. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah. But actually, Discover actually allows you to grow and stuff like that. And I feel like your job is also very important and crucial to your mental health too, because that's 100%. Something that is literally 95.6% of your life.
95.6.
90,
no,
literally.
Sure. I mean, we spend all of our days at work, and most of the hours of our day at work. Yeah. And then most of the weeks. How many days vacation do we all honestly take, or do we all honestly have, to be quite honest? So
according
we have to
try
to make the best of it. And of course, I know there's a lot of people that can't necessarily help that either, though.
Yeah.
That we're at whatever job that they are at, sometimes it is difficult for them to maintain happiness there, because sometimes people get stuck at certain jobs and know that hey, I want to make sure that I can be at a certain job first, or get a job first before I get into anything else.
Yeah. And that's definitely true, and I've been there. But there's just nothing more relieving than having your job align with your own morals and values, and also your work-life balance, so that you're able to still care for yourself and do things for yourself. Yeah. I mean, if you are someone who has to work 6-7 days out of the week, I mean, there's little things that your job will have, like a gym at the facility, or sometimes
sometimes
sometimes or right. something, or you can have your health benefits, and your health benefits allows you to go get like a gym membership at the YMCA or something like that. Like,
or having just good health benefits in general is really good for your health.
So things like that are important. So
I agree.
I thank God all the time for my job. So
that's good.
There's that. But
that's good. Well, I'm feeling okay today. It's been a little bit of I guess it's been an easy week. I can't really say that I work too much. Not like Joe. I'm very grateful for my job, and it's been a pretty good week. The end of the week has been a little bit wonky for me for some things, but other than that, I am trying to sit in gratitude as well. I went back to the gym this week. Period. For the 100th time this year.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Right. So, but I have discovered that I want to include cardio more into my workouts. So I think, thank you to TikTok. Okay. I realize a lot of people are saying that it's actually better to walk on the treadmill than it is to run. And I absolutely hate running. I hate running. You can't pay me to do it. Okay. I hate it. So, but I wanted to include cardio. So like I had seen like to do an incline of like 10 to 12 at like 3.5 miles per hour at, I think that's it. The incline and the miles per hour. Okay. I think that's it. And it's been a freaking workout. Like I think I started off with like 7 incline to start off because, I'm just going like I have not done cardio since I was probably in my early 20s. Like because I've always been super small my whole life, that I always felt like if I included cardio in my workouts that I would just wither through the cracks. But now that I'm getting older and I'm gaining weight, I'm like, let me see if cardio does it for me. So I actually really enjoy it. So like now I'm actually looking forward to going to the gym because it's something different other than the weightlifting I've been doing for the past, 10 years. So it's been actually like a good addition, which is good. So I returned to the gym. I'm meditating in the morning again. And so it's been pretty good. I'm trying my very best to maintain a routine.
Good.
And hopefully that helps. So yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
I admire that. And I love that for you because I feel like that was something that was really important that you didn't really want to compromise on when it came to like your job and your work-life balance. Yeah. Like you really value your morning time and your peace and your gym time. I do. But that's important, girl. She said, I got to keep it right and take for my man. But that's important. You know what I mean?
Yes. Especially because I don't work Fridays anymore. So like, now I have really no excuse to like not go, at least move my body on Fridays, at least. Right. You know what I mean? But yeah, so that's how I am. And yeah, so that's pretty much it.
Yeah. But guys, I'm actually so excited. We're the queens of kidnapping and forcing people to come on our shows.
I'm like, wait, what? What about kidnapping?
She was like, right. She was like, don't implicate me in no crimes. Right. No, but just kidding. We asked. But I'm really excited to first announce or introduce Henrock. Yeah. Is he a DJ? Is he a photographer? Woo! Is he Cynthia's husband?
Oh my goodness.
It's like, nah, I'm just kidding, guys.
We have my husband on as a guest today. So hello, Henry.
Hey, what's going on?
Guys, it is
off camera, of course. Sorry, y'all can't see him.
Okay. It is it is men's mental health or men's health.
It's men's health month, but health is mental health. So we wanted to make a whole episode of men's mental health and see how we can shed light on men, because we're 2 women, so we can't necessarily talk about how men handle their emotions or their issues.
We can complain about it.
Yeah, we could sure have some fast facts, which we will say today. But in terms of like, I don't know what it feels like to be a man. Yeah. I'm sure it feels pretty good though.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Let me not assume that life's better for men. Okay. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so we wanted to include my husband because he so graciously offered to be here today, didn't you, babe?
Yes, I did.
You know the meme going around that like, are you married? And and the vase goes to the door.
The "Are you married or happy" video.
Yeah.
Do you know that the woman yells Henry?
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why I'm the only one who realized that. If you hear the woman, she says Henry in like a singing, screaming voice or whatever you want to call it. That's why I
Well,
thought Joe posted it. To be honest,
I'm
on
crying.
the post or on for our wedding or whatever. Oh, but it's neither here nor there. So yes, we wanted to include a male perspective. Now, I will warn you guys. Henry's not a very open person. So we're going to allow him to kind of flow with what we're going to be talking about today. But before we get started, I do want to before we get started with you, Henry, I do want to get started or talk about some like fast facts about men's mental health. Because I think it's really important to include because men have a unique situation, I guess, in that they have a like persona they have to kind of keep, I feel,
Yeah,
to
like
be like masculine and nothing's wrong ever and everything like that too. So one thing I want to say is that
facade.
facade. There you go. Yeah. So males make up 49% of the population, but almost 80% of suicides. So if you think about it like that, right, the fact that men die by suicide more than women says a lot. And people tend to wonder why that is and what the reason or triggers of that is. Now, I have read a few things before that people will say that statistic is fact, but you also say that men usually will use means that are more permanent than women. So more lethal and fatal means, while women might do things a little bit differently because we're more, I guess, prone to maybe, I don't know, less tolerance for pain or something. I don't know. I don't want to necessarily assume that, of course, but I've heard that men will usually use things that will end their life in more quicker means.
Yeah.
Which is really sad.
I also have my own theories about that, but we're not gonna go there.
Okay, you sure? Do you have any theories on that? On men who die by suicide? That why men die by suicide more than women?
Well,
Please
let's
use a
put it
verbal
this way.
confirmation.
Let's put it this way,
I
right?
have no theory on that.
He's like, next. But no, let's put it this way, right? If a man tells you they're gonna do something, what are the chances? What are the odds that he's gonna do it?
The odds are very strong that he's gonna do it because I guess he's trying to prove his man, his muscular manhood.
His manhood.
Yeah.
That's actually good. That's
Like I feel like women are more dramatic, right? Like, oh my god,
we can be more dramatic.
Okay, yeah, but I'm not. Let me speak for myself then. I'm dramatic. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's literally recycling a freaking cycle every 4 months. I'm ready to jump off of a bridge.
Don't say that, girl.
Not
But
like
that's not being dramatic, though, is it?
it's not. But it's like. But it's just like to a point, like we actually will like literally think about it, like we'll obsess over it, kind of like as opposed to a man is like if it crosses his mind, it's probably gonna be like a definitive type of thing, and like it's not like oh my gosh, I'm pondering over it, or like you know what I mean. They may take the time to think about who it'll affect or something, but if they're like oh this is something I want to do, it's not gonna be like oh I'm gonna do it and then I'm gonna tell everybody, or I'm gonna drop hints and I'm gonna like think about it or how I'm gonna do it. Like they're not gonna do that. It's gonna be like oh I'm gonna do this is how I'm gonna do it, and that's it. That's how I feel like.
Right. I mean,
in my opinion.
of course, I think it depends on like the person and stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but men are also less likely to get help because they're often too afraid to speak up or admit they're not doing very well. Now, that's not like a statistic or a fact. It's just that this is what several studies have shown. And men are also actually less likely to be diagnosed with depression because most of the time they report feeling tired or loss of interest in work or their hobbies, feeling angry, rather than letting the mental health professional know that they are feeling sad or that they're feeling worthlessness or hopelessness. But that is, of course, not to say that fatigue and irritability don't include depression. That's something, because depression is not just feeling sad every day or every other day. There are a lot of other things that do play a role into depression. But perhaps if they do let someone know that, like if they are experiencing depression, it might come off as anger more, or it might come off as just no longer hanging out with friends, or perhaps isolating themselves more. It's kind of not as likely that a male will sit there and say like, I'm feeling sad.
Yeah.
Unless something like is specific about it, maybe like grief, but grief and depression are two different things.
Yeah.
Because grief is something that's going to cause you sadness no matter what, if you're close with that person. So yeah, those are the things I wanted to mention.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, oh yeah. Also, is that gay and bisexual men are also more likely to develop mental health disorders than heterosexual men.
Do men even acknowledge or even observe that they even have emotions half of the time? This is a serious question.
Well,
Please tell me, is this myth or real?
What?
Like, I mean, I feel like when you guys process, or when you guys are going, Henry, this is a question for you. When you guys are going through something, right, and you process something as being sad, how does that, do you guys... How does that how does that feel? Like, what does that even look like?
Well, when we're going through stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, all right. For instance, have you ever gotten your heart broken before?
Yes, I'm pretty sure everybody have.
Okay, so how did that feel?
You just look at it. It is what it is. Whatever.
So like, there's no. So for instance, like when I got my heart broken,
We're not.
it was the end of the world. I even started smoking cigarettes.
Oh my god!
I was like, I want to die. Give me cancer.
Stop it, girl.
I'm so serious.
If we get heartbroken, we get heartbroken. We're not saying that eating ice cream or watching a movie or crying.
Are you saying that's what we do?
I was so eating ice
I'm assuming
cream.
that's what females do. I'm not saying that's what y'all do. I'm just saying if we get heartbroken, we probably be sad for a couple of days. That's about it. But the next day,
But what does that
So-
sadness feel like, though?
you just like shut down. You just have like a lower moment. Like I'm thinking about you for like a couple of days, and then after that, I'm just back to doing me.
So let me ask you this: how come you think it's so easy for men to do that? To kind of have that attitude of it is what it is. Let me bounce back, and I will just take a few days to be sad about it, and then I'm pulling myself up by my bootstraps kind of situation. Why do you think it's easy for you guys to do that?
Because men, I feel like us men, we deal with situations different than your female. Like we handle it different than y'all would handle it.
I mean, I feel like it's. See, this is what I'm thinking, right? Are you just masking your emotions and thinking like, okay, I'll deal with this in like, I'll give myself a week and then I'll be able to get right back on. So, or do you feel like after that week, you're still going to feel sad? You just won't let anyone know.
I mean, even if I feel sad for the first couple of days, I still won't let nobody know. It won't be on my face. I could be sad right now. You still won't notice. Like we know how to hide
I'll
it.
notice.
Y'all don't know how to hide it.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But do you feel like it's like a perspective type of thing, or it's more of like, I'm a male, I still have to prioritize my values in a way where I get things done as a man, so I can't let this thing bring me down to the point where I'm not getting stuff done? Do you think it's like that, or do you feel like it's like we just not dealing with no emotions? Like, dang, that's crazy, and then moving on.
Nah, we just like I'm not about to sit here and cry over no females now. I'm just gonna move on.
Get money. I'm just kidding.
Like as far as like if a female get the heartbroken, they would like sit home and call out from work. Like I'm not about to have no
I'm
females.
eating
Wow.
ice cream.
Call out from work.
I'm going to work. I'm
What?
going to work the next day. I'm back to the gym. I'm back to doing what I was doing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to demonstrate this as just a male thing, though. There are women out there who will do exactly what you just described too.
That's true.
Yeah.
It depends, though.
But it's more females than males.
No, I mean, you mean it's more males than females?
There's more females that was go through that than male would.
Yeah, I mean, but I think it's also important to note though that I think women are more emotional beings. We're naturally nurturing people, right? So we feel that when we get into a relationship or a situation that we're putting our heart into, and then our heart gets broken, it's different for us because we're put into a situation where it's like we put everything. And I'm not saying that men don't. That's not what I'm saying at
traumatized.
all. But I just kind of feel like maybe for us it's just different. We're just naturally nurturing people, so we want people to nurture us back, especially if you a Cancer.
I just want to say I hate the nonchalant, like, but I feel like that's every single guy. I've never really met a guy that's like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Like, if they broke your heart or if you broke their heart or something, they like express to you, like, you, like, dang, you really broke my heart. I'm hurt right now. Or I'm so sorry for treating you this way or something like that. I feel like it's rare to come across a guy that will, like, kind of hold accountability for his emotions.
Hold accountability for his emotions. I like that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, the episode that I did with Adonis a few weeks, or I guess a couple months ago at this point, because this is before you came on, and we talked about rediscovering masculinity and how he had talked about how these things that we're talking about right now are feminine qualities. And men who lack feminine qualities have that notion of like, it is what it is. I'm not going to deal with these emotions. I'm just going to keep it moving. That's a lack of feminine qualities, because that is, because I say that, and the way that he described it is because that is considered to be feminine. When in reality, it's like, why can't men have channeled both of those energies and not be considered weak?
Yeah.
Or not being able to talk about their emotions and stuff. Yeah.
I was gonna say it's probably because
This is Jay, y'all.
Welcome, Jay.
Hey, what's up, beloved? You
Our
know what I mean?
producer.
Yeah, peace, man. I got him. You know what's going on for real. Love everybody. But I was going. Damn, now I forgot.
I was talking about feminine,
Oh
masculine.
yeah. So the reason why we don't express that, and it's not like, I mean, you could develop a switch. You know what I mean? But on the real, you okay? Like,
I
you
know.
can see you, right? Hey yo, but nah. So the reason, because we got to be out here with other men. You know what I mean?
You have to be what?
We got to be out here with other men.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Well, right.
So if we out here with other men, we can't be that feminine one in the group, because guess what? Guess what you're not. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm saying. But like,
You
why
can't
is
be
that?
like that. Like, so,
Right.
and I don't know. That's just how God made it. You know what I mean? That's just how God
Right,
made it.
and you're right. Like, I feel like a lot of this
But you
does
could
come
develop
with
a switch.
societal pressure and everything. But I think it's super important for men to have better mental health is to develop both feminine and masculine energies, because then that way you won't feel like you won't have all those pent up emotions that come
Yeah,
with.
you could develop a switch. You could develop, because everybody not the same, but you could develop a switch to where, like, all right, you know what I mean? I'm more softer with my girl, because it's just, all right, I trust her like that, you know what I mean?
Right.
But it took a while for that to happen. You feel me? Like we was years in, and I still,
Really?
yeah, because you can't just trust people like that, and it, like, even people you love dearly.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
I trusted Henry.
Yeah.
Right? You were pretty
look trustworthy.
emotional when we first started dating. And by emotional,
Harry, like, what, boy?
by emotional, I mean that you like opened your heart out to me very quickly.
Yeah, I'll tell you how I feel from the beginning.
Yeah, like from like day one, you were just like, "Yep, I'm gonna marry you."
Yeah, because I was like,
No, for real. I'm not even like.
not for real. I did. But I was just like, I felt something when we first met was just different. Like how I felt, I never felt it like that before. So I had to go. Yeah.
Jay, like, yeah, boy.
Yeah, so I had to inner child a whole different man. Like I had to
Right.
come different, because I feel like you was not a typical females I usually talk to.
Nah, I wasn't, and
Yeah,
I'm
so
still
I had
not.
to tell you- I had to tell you how I felt from the beginning.
But that's what I'm saying. So like, it's like even what Jay was just saying. It's like, oh, that took me a while to get there, and it's like I think it's a trust issue. So why do you think it was easier to do that maybe with me?
See, it was easier with you because of my past relationship. I'm saying, so I've been through a lot, so I seen what different females, what I've been through with different females. So with you, it was like, it was different.
Yeah.
I felt how I felt about you. I never felt like that before by with any other female. So it was like, all right, I'm gonna just go all in.
And like just try your
Yeah,
best.
just
Make
go
sure.
on.
I mean, hopefully nothing wrong. I mean, bad happens.
I mean, it was just a feeling. I felt from the beginning that you was a good person. You came from a good place. You family, you love your family. And I just like, and you was not
Family
all about
oriented.
going out, all about this. So I'm like, all right, this is different. There's something new. Most of the female I did it. All right, we're going to the club. We're going this. We're going that. But you were all about going. Let's stay home. Let's do this. And, I mean,
I know I'm a loser. No, I'm kidding.
That's a white quality, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I seen all that. I saw all that in you. Like you had all like, you know, how female have that little check box. Male got the check boxes too.
Yeah, you mean
Not just-
standards.
not standard check box, whatever you want to call it. But male got that too. Like if you
Yeah.
like, if you go out to eat with the females and every time you go out you paying, every time you go out you paying. All right, nah, that's a
Oh, you mean like dates and everything?
Yeah.
Like they refuse to pay. But that's a whole other topic. I think a lot of people are gonna not want to, not going to get into today.
I'm just kidding. I'm not even the type. I'll pay for you, shoot, on the first date. If you act right, I'm just kidding.
No, but I think like it's just very much. I think that feminine and masculine qualities are very important to be able to have good mental health. But I'm not a man, so I can't necessarily say that. And I think even for females, right? Like if you want to talk about that too, I guess women I think should have both as well. And what does that mean for men and what does that mean for women? Like what does it mean for me to be masculine? Probably for as a woman, masculine things would be taking care of myself. I'm a very independent person. I've been since I was 15 years old. So it's like a lot of people would consider it to be masculine energy because I have my own job. I have my own money, even though you and I are married. Like I'm never going, and I'm not saying that women who, like, let me not start something. I'm not saying women who fully depend on a man aren't masculine or can't do that. I just think that that's usually what a man does.
I'm one of those women who feel like when when I say I do, I mean I do accept for you to pay the bills. I do accept for you to go to.
I'm not talking about bills here. I'm talking about my own
crazy,
stuff.
yeah.
Like I
Okay.
like to make my own money for my own shoes,
Yeah.
my own bags, my own
I used to have a problem with
clothes.
that though. Like I used to have
Things-
a problem.
No, but
Like,
absolutely.
with my girl being like that.
But that's what I'm
Like,
saying.
With
being,
though.
wanting
like-
to buy my own stuff.
No, just being like wow, independent. You feel me?
Oh, okay.
So it's
Well, I
just
also feel like
I'll try
I'm-
to do something, but it's like, oh, you already did it. Like why are you touching that tire?
Wait
Like,
a
what are you
second.
doing? Like, you feel me?
No, bro, no, wait.
No.
Like,
When
why
we
are you
talk
trying to
about tire
lift this?
stuff,
Why are you trying to
that's
lift this
not-
mattress? Like, relax. Like, I got you. Like, let me do what I do. Like,
I'm dying.
let me do what I do.
No.
Like, out of here.
But see, that could be triggering your masculine energy.
No, but I feel like it comes to a point with females where it's a little bit too much now. Like, I feel like when you're in a relationship, back to this, I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, the only time a man is willing to even show any vulnerability towards his emotions is when he is courting a female that he really loves, right? That's the only time I've ever seen a male like vulnerable, like, oh, I love you, or like he's really like, get home safe. You know what I mean? Like even on the talking stages, like when you guys are getting to know each other, he shows you like little points and little hints that he really cares about you, right? That's the only time I've ever seen a guy really like
we say that with the
invest
guys,
in.
like, you know what I mean? Like if
No,
we,
but I will
yeah,
actually
we
say,
out with the guys and we leave him, like, all right, bro, like, love you, bro, like, peace, be safe.
Oh, so you're
Okay.
saying that men don't do that with their friends? Is that what you're saying?
No, not that they don't do it with their friends, but I feel like it's more like with females that they're more emotionally vulnerable.
Oh, okay, yeah. Right. They
But
won't
you're
be that
right
way.
though. That's completely right. They're friends
Hold on,
too.
so what type, like, all right, maybe I'll just have to clarify this for me. Like, what type of, like, feminine are y'all talking about in a man? Like, because, you know what I mean?
That's true. I mean, so when I think about like feminine energy in a male, I think that it's them being vulnerable and also them being nurturing towards their loved ones as well. So for example, like if you have kids, right? It's like a lot of times it's mom is nurturing, mom is caring, mom is a nice one. Then you see the father and he's the disciplinary.
Stern.
He's the stern one. He's the one that's telling his son to get up if he falls instead of going and making sure that he's okay. By feminine, it's like talking to their child, for example, letting them know like, hey, you can talk
I
to
mean,
me.
but I just think that's being a man. I don't think that's
But
being
some men
feminine.
don't look at it that way. Men are like, no, that's not up to me to go check on my son or my daughter to make sure that they're good.
I
That's
still tell my son to get up, though. Like, don't get it, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
I
But
don't-
I'm saying
All right,
like,
you cool? Shake it off.
Yeah.
right. But I'm
I'm
saying like a lot of
alright.
times
Like, but
people
don't-
won't do that with their son. Men won't do that with their sons. They'll
I
do
let
it
him
with
cry
their
a little bit,
daughters.
and then I'll be like, all right, man, stop crying. Like, you feel me? Like, you gotta get over this. Yeah, you're not hurt for
But do
real.
you have-
like.
but
But
do you have a
why
daughter?
does he have to get over it though?
Why?
Yeah.
Because nothing's wrong with you. So to create strength in that man, that's this because he's little now, but you're gonna be a man. So
I
to
forget, do you have
create
a-
strength,
I
don't
forget.
have
Do you
a
have a daughter?
No, I
Yeah,
got two
see?
boys.
Right.
But this is what I'm saying. So I'm dealing with a boy here. Like you fell, right? It wasn't a big. You fell from one step to the ground. Like you didn't. It's not even a scratch on your leg.
But
you're
but
just
that's not
emotionally
how children
disturbed.
perceive falling. They think it's that at that point, especially depending on how old they are, that's the
And
end of
guess
their
what?
world.
That's why I'm here to like tell you to get over it.
Hey, yo, but that's what I'm saying. And then you're creating another male who thinks that's
Right.
okay to
No, it
not
is okay.
sit and
You know why?
assess his feelings
You know
and
why?
emotions and how he's feeling about something.
Because I feel like nowadays people need to be a little stronger. For real. Like, I'm gonna keep it G. Like, hold on.
No,
I
okay,
know
okay.
you're the, you know what I mean? I know your profession, yo. So I know you probably gonna tear me up. But hear me out, right? What I'm saying about being a little tougher is like, it's a fall, man. Get up. Get past it. It's nothing to even get mentally stuck on. It's nothing to even get emotionally stuck on. You're not even bleeding. Like if you cut yourself and you was bleeding, it's like, I'm gonna get you right, little man. Like, you feel me? Different, but over that's nothing.
Right.
Get up, get past it. Don't get caught in it. You know what I'm saying? That's creating.
But
mental
it's not
stress.
nothing. It's a pain in my leg and it's causing discomfort.
No,
and
but
I'm
I
feeling it.
think-
What do you mean?
You
But I was
you
gonna
got,
say, I
you
think
got
that-
5 seconds to cry, man. After
I
that,
think
it's like, all
I
right.
think it's good to promote strength in the person and think, okay, I can do this, but also making sure that because if you had a daughter, I don't think you would talk to her that way. I really
Well, probably
don't.
not.
Right, probably not. So you're
Probably.
creating that kind of energy
Princess,
for
come here, daddy, baby.
Right, exactly. Like, are you
What
okay, baby? Or, let me
happened?
check your knee. Is it
Yeah,
okay?
I mean, but that's why when it come to mommy, y'all do that with the boys. So we're
But
all
see,
playing our
but-
roles.
But not all families have mom and dad there to do that sometimes,
Well,
right?
that's
You
what-
could
that's
have
what
a
we
single
saw.
parent, you
Yeah.
could have mom or dad passing away. So you have to understand. So that's why I'm saying both masculine and feminine energy, I think, should come from both people. I don't want to get like too off topic in terms of like how to raise your children. I don't have kids.
But if you
so,
know we come as one, right? Like, so together, they say your parents can just be balanced. Like, if your dad is like all the way over here and your mom is like wild feminine, like a princess, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
then that's a balance that's created that the child is dealing with going to the world. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but you'll start to
I don't
notice
know.
so that that child will then feel safer probably with mom because
Right.
they're there for them in both ways, both masculine and feminine.
but you're learning strength and you're learning that the reason that you favor mom more is because you can't deal with the strength.
Oh
you
my
know what
God,
I mean?
Jade, don't even.
For real. So I have to like
Oh my God.
listen, as a little kid, right? I used to be afraid of my dad. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like, right. You know what I mean? Your dad is the first, like, I ain't gonna front, hero, bully, whatever you want to call him. Like, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Your dad's probably the first one. Like, that how you shook. You feel me?
Oh yeah,
So-
like but same
so
thing
I'm
with
gonna,
with women.
Yeah, I'm gonna shy, like, as a little nigga, you shy away from, like, that confrontation, but, but, my bad, I'm trying to plug up this computer for this shit, dog. Like, no time for that.
No, yeah, we don't want that.
All right, we good. Yeah.
We're back.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like, so me shying away and going to mommy, like, that's not, like, my dad's trying to teach me manhood. He trying to teach me strength. He trying to, and so I gained all of those lessons, but as a little dude, you run to mommy because it feels safer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it's like, if I listened to my dad early on, like, I feel like maybe stuff would have, you know what I mean? I feel like I should have been listening to him the whole time. I just started listening to my dad, like, when I hit, like, 23, like, I was like, you know what, yo, this dude's smart, like, you feel me? Like, I'm
But
like,
you can have strength
Like, he was telling
and
me the
nurture
right
at the
stuff the
same
whole
time,
time.
though.
Right,
those
right.
those two can actually exist. They really can. Like if
Right,
I'm
because,
as
like-
a little kid coming to you to daddy, and I'm scared to come to daddy all the time. Like that's really showing me like.
I'm not safe.
Yeah, I'm not safe.
Right.
There's people out there in the world that I need to be afraid of. There's people out there in the world that I can't even face or handle. Okay, it's one thing if dad is strong or he's stern or a certain way, right? But if you can be that way and nurturing too, then you can teach your child, okay, if someone comes to you like this, you can handle yourself. You can be calm. You can express yourself in a way where they can understand and they can, kind of come down and see where you're coming from. You know what I mean? You can really learn how to maneuver the world and really facilitate it. And you know what I mean? I'm just saying, you become multifaceted, and you're able to deal with any person that you come across.
Right.
You can go to the hood. You can go to
go ahead.
you can go to Benihana's. You could go, I don't know, anywhere fancy.
Right.
Like you can go anywhere and really be diverse. And
But everybody can't be your everything. You know what I mean? So, and this is what I'm saying. Like I don't know. Like I might not check all these boxes for shorty. Like you know what I mean? But it's like because I can't be you can't expect. I'm trying to find my words, but you can't expect somebody to be everything. I might get something from you that I can't get from Kyle. You feel me? I'm just
that's true.
And it's like because you're more nurturing. He's not. So and that's just how the world is. Like you find your people, you find your tribe, and then you know what I mean? You balance yourself out. You know the people that you need around you, you love and cherish. You know what I'm saying? The people that you don't need, you gotta get them out.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good way to put it. I think that yes, there are people in your life that will be able to channel those different kind of things. But I just think for men, it's more about like you guys feeling like that it needs to be that way. That I can't necessarily be both. Because
the world is not a
and you're right. The world is not a very friendly place. You're right, and
I might step on his sneakers and I might get shot outside. You know what I mean?
Right, but you're right, and I understand. So, and for Anna, I also want to mention that men don't have it easy sometimes because you guys are expected to be this one masculine thing, and that's not fair.
For society's purpose.
For society,
please,
right.
men, stay men.
Right. Do you have anything to add to that, Bam?
He just did. Spiritually, y'all felt it?
Absolutely not. No, but okay.
See, like the way with the world changing, everything, man, expressing their emotions, just go back to being man. Hit the gym,
babe.
Do push up. Yeah, you feel me?
You know what's so crazy?
Yeah, go out and fight somebody. Like you feel me? Yeah.
Henry is also a very loving person, though.
I'm also very manly.
You are. You're very. But I think it's always funny because people are like, all of your friends are always telling me like, oh, he puts on this persona, but we all know how he really is because that's how you portray to people. You are a loving, very caring person. It's sometimes
with you I am, but when I'm outside, I can't show that. Can't be like that.
No, your friends know that about you. Like you do. Sometimes
you
do too much for your friends. Actually, not like you're really really close friends, but sometimes it's like you show too much. Like you care too much sometimes. And that's to me is like something that's not necessarily a bad thing.
That's different. The caring and emotional is different. I'm a caring person. I can care for you. I can care for somebody.
You're dependable, I should say.
Yeah, you could depend on me. I can care for you even if I just met you. But me walking around, we just met. I'm telling you, oh man, I'm going through this with my girl. My girl did this. I'm like, I need a hug. That's weak. Like that's different. But caring that and emotional man is different.
I don't do that to some random woman I just met either.
Female can meet a girl like just.
No. For me, it's not about showing weakness. It's about I don't want you in my business. It's not about weakness. See, you see the difference? See the difference how you and I look at it that differently though? You look at that as a sign of weakness. I look at that as like I don't want people to know my business. To me that's not weakness.
But
to me that's
discretion.
But y'all quit to open up the mail.
We're quick to open up to males.
No, you're quick to open up them males. Like you're quick to open up than us. Like for real, like you could literally just meet Josephine and just bomb and you just start explaining and
first of all, don't be coming for us like that.
I'm just saying, yeah.
You know that when her and I interact.
No, I'm talking about any female. Like a random female, they could just meet for like 2 seconds. If
are you kidding me? Guys are like that too.
Y'all
go and play basketball.
Yeah, we talk. Yeah, Keith, we talking about sports.
Thing.
No, sports and emotional is different.
How?
Yo, you watched a game last night. Yo, you seen the Eagles game, seen the Cowboys game. Yeah, sports and emotional.
How
is different.
Is that different?
It's emotions. It's different emotions.
You're
talking about. We're talking about like, hey, like I really like when I'm with my girls. You're right. We don't sit around talking about. It's all the time. You're right. It is, but that's because we need that because we don't get it from our man.
Yeah, I'm saying, hey man.
Okay, back to that, right?
I feel like we totally sidetracked on this episode, but that's so cool.
I feel like
we were supposed to promote men's health, and now we're just.
But honestly, it's kind of
it flows.
No, it flows.
Like I was about to say because it kind of is in a way. I was just sitting back thinking about it. You know what I mean?
Think about what?
I'm like how I know this is not the normal structure, and I know this is not how, you know
This
what I
isn't the
mean? It's
Crossing
not how
Mommy
you planned it.
podcast.
Yeah, I know that's not how you planned it, but it definitely dove into
Yeah, which is totally
men's
fine.
mental health. You
But
feel
yeah,
me? It did
right.
men's
And
mental.
how y'all don't take care.
How men don't take in, how men don't speak up. The reason why we don't speak up.
The reason why you guys don't speak up, right? And it's a problem.
And that's the first step, right?
Because we're
See
dealing
y'all
with men
next
who are
year.
emotionally unavailable and are using things to fill a void. Whether it be drugs, whether it be going out and partying. I'm dying. It's something like I feel like guys, instead of dealing with their emotions, they're gonna find a distraction. And that's the problem.
Yeah, that's
We don't
but
have
a lot of
laser
women
focused
are
men
like that.
anymore. That's why we got lazy men.
All right, we're not gonna get too much into this, but I was gonna say
You
a
like
lot. But I don't want to just blame men on that too. There are a lot of women out there that do the same exact thing, that they don't deal with their emotions either and stuff too. But I just think in general that it's important to take care of your mental health as a male. I think it's very important because especially if you have a daughter, I think it's super important because your daughter. My dad was the first man I loved. He was the very first person that I knew as to be a man, and he was if you want to be technical, right? Like that was my dad. I was grateful enough and lucky enough to grow up in a 2-parent household, and I saw my dad every single day. And not only that, I sat with him at dinner every single night. Like that was just how. But was it perfect? Absolutely not. So it comes in, there's a whole different thing. But I think that especially in the Latino culture, it is just so drilled to be exactly that macho provider man, and then that's it. Like that's all I'm gonna be working, and that's it. Like that's how. And so I just think it's important to do that. But I wanted to ask you too before we close out for today, babe, what's one thing that you do to take care of your mental health on a daily basis? How do you show up for yourself every single day?
The gym.
Working out.
The gym. Working out.
Yeah, just working out.
Okay, so you feel like that's how you show up for yourself every day.
Yeah, that's how I deal with my emotion.
And so why do you work out? Because when we first met, you weren't like a gym person.
I
Like-
took a break. You met me when I was on my break.
I had to get better for you, baby.
You met me when I
Okay,
was on
but
my
fine.
gym break.
Okay, but my point is that so what drives you to work out for every single day to take care of yourself?
Just that's my way of.
That's your therapy.
That's my therapy. That's my mental health. That's my therapy. That's how I stay kind of like my body. My body is my motivation. That's how I look at it as. I motivate myself with my body.
And so do you find it that if you weren't working out, let's say on, 5-day basis or whatever, that you think that you would feel worse about yourself or feel more sad?
No, I don't feel sad. I would just feel like I need to get my ass back to the gym.
Again, no emotion.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's good to not get caught in your thoughts and shit like that. Because for real, I don't have that luxury. You feel me? Like, I get caught in my thoughts and shit, and I'll be like, damn. You feel me?
Well,
So
that's what Henry's saying. He's saying that it's his way to channel his emotions.
Word.
And
Go to
that's
the
great.
gym.
And
maybe that's why I
unfortunately,
need to, you feel me?
unfortunately, many people don't have that luxury or that motivation to go to the gym every single day.
Don't.
Yeah,
So don't.
like I
Cause
I said to you
like
earlier in the
said, like 100
session, I
times.
just returned to the gym like the 100th time this year. So I don't, and I feel like there's a lot of like difference in like what people are motivated by and stuff. So thank you for answering that, my love.
Bro,
Do you have
that.
anything else to add?
Just man, stay manly.
Babe, stop. Now he's trolling because he know that pisses me off. He's trolling. So don't
Actually,
you guys listen to
I
him.
have one more question for you.
But that's what women do project that right now. They're like,
No, hold on,
oh,
hold
we
on.
want a man that-
No,
yeah.
and you were 120% right.
So, you
Women
feel me?
now, however, I'm not part of that.
I mean, my
like-
grandma would have said that. Like, my grandma, like, you feel me?
Right,
Like,
we're
listen.
going backwards.
Don't be
here.
sassy.
We're going.
Yeah, like, come on,
What?
man.
No, we're going backwards here. No, we can get into a whole. No, we are. We can get into a whole subject on that.
No, I know I'm trolling back
Because
here,
we
man.
get a whole about how women are just so pressed about men having to, be a certain way and put them in this box and everything. That's why it's hard for men. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm a feminist through and through. I'm like, I love women. I love women's rights, the lack of thereof, I should say, because let's be real, we live in America, and it's just but I just don't believe in that. I don't believe, and I think I've explained this on the show, even maybe with Adonis. I just don't believe in me just like feeling like I need someone to pay for everything. Like I don't like that. I want to be able to go and get my nails done.
It's hard out here. I like that.
Look, you
Okay,
feel me?
if you can take off, if you can take off any weight off of my shoulder, please come take it off. Like
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like
I really understand that, but I feel like as females, right? I just watched a video about this. I don't know her name. I can't think of it right now. But she was talking about how when we become wives, right? We have to take care of the home, right? So we're, like you already said, we're nurturers and we're emotional human beings, and we also recharge our men to go out into the world, right? Mm-hmm. So like he's the only one he could be. We're the only ones he can be vulnerable with, or he can like express his emotions to. So we have to be mentally capable of receiving whatever he is about to lay for us. We have to get ready for his meals and like make sure the house is clean and his clothes are clean, like whatever. Like, and not only that, if you're a mother, you have to do that for the kids too. So if I have to go out and work a 8 to 16 hour shift and come back home and do all that, when my man just has to go out and then come back home, it kind of creates
no, that's not what I'm talking about at all, girl. You're talking about a one-sided relationship there.
No, I'm not talking about, I'm talking about like, I feel like when it comes to men's emotions and stuff like that, it should come to a point where like that is taken into consideration, because you're saying that you like to pay for things, and like while that's cool and dandy, when it comes to a time when you're about to be a mother, you're not going to want to go and work those extra shifts in order for you to pay for certain things for yourself and then still deal with the things. So it's okay for him to take some of the weight off sometimes. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean I'm not discouraging men to take the weight off. I just think that I believe in just a dynamic of two people working together. And this is what I've learned in marriage. Marriage is not 50-50. Marriage is 100% on both sides. It's not 50-50. Now, there may be certain dynamics in my marriage, but it's not necessarily saying that it's like, I guess, of course, like if I need Henry to take the weight off of something, that's something different. But what I mean is that I don't want to be fully dependent on another human being. I'm a grown ass woman. That's like, you know what I mean? That's what I meant. I don't mean like, oh, I need you to help me out here. I think that's something different. Asking for help and hey, let's get together and like, what can you help me with? It's not so much about that. I'm just saying like, I just like my own stuff. And I don't like to think about like, oh my goodness, imagine if I had to ask them. And now this, of course, I'm not talking about the women who are unfortunately going through financial abuse. That's totally different. We're talking about women who that's their expectation. And that's fine. Everyone has their expectations. Everyone has their different modes of relationship. That's totally okay. But for me, that's just not me. Mm-hmm. And that's just not who I am. And I'm not saying that's wrong. It's just not me.
Yeah.
So, and I totally agree with you. Like, of course, if we have children and I'm cleaning the house, I'm cooking, I'm doing laundry, I'm doing all that stuff, and then my man isn't doing anything, that's something entirely different. That's not what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, I remember I had a client like that she was a stay-at-home mom, and so she was expected to do all those things. Like, she even took like she did everything. And I had asked her once, I'm like, what does your husband do? Oh, well, he takes out the trash every now and then. And I'm like, okay. So, of course, I didn't say it like that. I'm a professional. But my point is that, like, to each its own. And that's just where I'm going to leave it at that before we run out of time, because we've been talking for a while.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us today, babe.
Henrock, woo!
It was my pleasure. I've been waiting to come here for a long time.
Yeah, okay. If y'all want to hit him up for any photography, what's the word I'm looking for? Like any photo shoots or birthday events, baby showers, weddings, hit him up. His Instagram is @henrock_photography. That's his photography page. All right, so hit him up, y'all.
Yeah.
So he can help take the weight off of me to help pay for stuff. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right. What's our affirmation for today?
Our affirmation for today is day by day, step by step. It's like, no, I'm just kidding.
No, our affirmations is going to be make sure to take care of yourself every single day.
In all aspects, mentally, physically, emotionally.
It's a pretty long information, but Jay's got it. Always show up for yourself. How's that sound? No, actually, no. I'm so sorry. I will show up for myself every single day.
Is that the affirmation?
That's the affirmation.
Say it one more time.
I will show up for myself every single day.
And like that.
And it's a wrap.
Thank you guys so much. We hope everyone has a good week, and we'll see you guys for episode 16.